So there are these hobos on Twitter who are upset with MatPat for literally doing a theory. Back in 2013, MatPat had made a theory trying to figure out the gender of a Team Fortress 2 character, and I guess we just can't have nice things in 2021 without these actual hermits on Twitter just throwing a tantrum. Some people were saying that this theory was disrespectful to non-binary people. Some people just said, yeah, he just should not have done this theory to begin with because it doesn't matter what gender the pyro from Team Fortress 2 is. Which, I mean, I have to highlight that point right there because it's such a stupid point to make. Like, obviously the gender of the pyro from Team Fortress 2 doesn't matter, but also, like, the 25,000 theories that MatPat has made on Five Nights at Freddy's don't matter. Anything that's made about gaming on YouTube is all for entertainment, right? None of it really matters in the grand scheme of things. MatPat made a theory just like how he makes any other theories, but I guess some people were upset, and we're gonna look on Twitter as to who was upset with MatPat trying to figure out the theory of the pyro from Team Fortress 2. So this tweet says, thread of many, but probably not all of the shitty things that MatPat has done. I'm not making this to cancel MatPat or whatever. I don't want that. I just want to show people the shit that he's done, and hopefully he makes up for them. I don't want to end his career. That would be spiteful. So the person who's typing up these thread of tweets is trying to make it seem as if they're going into this with good intentions in mind. You know, they're just trying to raise awareness as to the bad things that MatPat has done. And they don't want MatPat to get canceled. This is just to raise awareness, guys. But unfortunately, I just don't buy it. I don't believe that one bit. Because I'm assuming this person knows that humans are gonna make mistakes throughout their lives. And with that being the set standard of natural humanity, like normally we are going to make mistakes in our lives, it's assumed that not every single person is gonna have a thread made about them as to all the bad things that they've done. So when you go out of your way to highlight the quote-unquote bad things that MatPat has done, you are simply doing it to spite him. Like, if you're gonna do that for MatPat, if you're gonna try to find all the dirt you can possibly find on MatPat just to make your stupid little Twitter thread, I'm also expecting you to hold that exact same mentality for every single celebrity that you're a fan of. Because if you don't do this for every single celebrity that you're a fan of, you're just making these thread of tweets about MatPat just to spite him. And I feel like it's also important to keep in mind that this whole thread was not made off the heels of something. You know, it's not like MatPat said something or did something incredibly controversial, and it's not like people were using that as an opportunity to find old things that MatPat has said and done to try to find more dirt on him. This literally came out of nowhere. Like, MatPat was doing his own thing, you know, he's raising money for charity like he does, doing his theories, entertaining the children like he always does, you know, so this was just off the heels of nothing, you know, this was completely unprovoked, which again also leads me to believe that this was very targeted and that this was done to spite MatPat. But anyway, let's read more about what this person is saying. So they follow up that first absolute banger of a tweet by saying, just in general, trying to determine somebody's assigned gender at birth is transphobic. Alright, sorry pal, I gotta cut you off right there because that may be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. First of all, like, homie, how at all is that transphobic? Like, what? You do realize that the pyro from Team Fortress 2 is not a transgender person? Like, what? Sorry, I just can't get over that. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like, how is MatPat trying to figure out this person's gender? Which, this isn't a real person. This isn't like some actual human being whose feelings are being hurt. This is a literal, like, 3D model that was placed into a video game in 2009. So, I'm trying to understand how MatPat trying to figure out this video game character's assigned gender at birth is transphobic. I don't think you understand, homie. These are video game characters. They don't have feelings. They don't have gender dysphoria where they're born a man and then become a woman. They are literal Blender animations. They're not real. Like, how is this even a real thing, dude? MatPat was trying to find their assigned gender at birth. Well, that's really interesting because this thing was never born. It was never born. It was made in a software. Why are we treating this literal video game animation as if it has feelings, human emotion, human, like, what? It's not even real. It's 0% real. You guys are getting offended on behalf of a video game character. Touch some grass, for God's sake. Oh my god, walk outside, go to the store, buy a candy bar, homie, sign yourself up for a nature exploration camp. I don't know what you need to do, but like, you need to go outside. That's what you need to do. I'm telling you right now, okay? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm telling you, from human to human, you need to touch grass. Anyway, I'm losing some steam here, but let's finish up this tweet. It says, MatPat attributes schizophrenia to being more common in gay men than other groups, which is straight up false and a stereotype perpetrated by homophobes. He never acknowledged this video. I don't really know what you're talking about at all, but okay. I'm not here to dive into like science and schizophrenia commonality in certain groups like that. I'm like... Guys, I'm talking over Minecraft gameplay, are we serious? But I don't even know what to tell you, homie. Information that may have been deemed quote-unquote correct in 2013 may not be quote-unquote correct in 2021. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Were gay men more schizophrenic in 2013? I have no idea at all. I have zero clue. May MatPat have been misinformed? It's possible, but to blame him for using a statistic that he probably didn't write himself, or flaming him for using a statistic from a study that he didn't conduct, you're just not achieving anything, like, at all. Anyway, the rest of the thread is just complete garbage, and I don't really want to drive my brain cells to suicide by reading the entire thread of tweets, so we're just gonna move on to somebody else who seems to be quite upset with MatPat. So anyway, some fan was talking to MatPat on Twitter a while ago, and, you know, the fan was like, hey, MatPat, I love ya. And then MatPat pretty much responds with, yeah, man, I love you too, no homo. And right off the bat, you know, if you see a problem with that, I don't want to talk to you. If you think that saying no homo after saying something that may be deemed as homosexual is bad, no, it's just not. It's literally just clarification. Like, sometimes you don't know if when somebody is saying something romantic, if it's meant in a sexual way, or if they're saying it in a joking way. Especially over Twitter, when you literally can't read somebody's tone, I feel like saying no homo is not a big deal at all. Anyway, MatPat does that, and this person says, MatPat is a homophobe, frowny face. What are we doing here, guys? What are we actually What? So, MatPat, I just want to make sure I understand this completely. So, MatPat said no homo in something that could be construed or could be perceived as homosexual, simply to clear it up to his audience that he is not a gay person. And you've taken that, and you've decided to yourself that that is going to be clear-cut evidence that MatPat is afraid of gay people. Huh, okay, interesting. So I want to make sure I understand this correctly. So MatPat literally just clearing up the fact that something he said was not meant in a sexual manner is somehow equivocal to people who take time out of their day to send hateful messages toward homosexual people. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. How does that make any sense to you? Like, seriously, how does that make any... I don't understand. MatPat literally just said he wasn't gay, and that's bad? I don't understand. Are we canceling him for being straight? What are we doing here, guys? What is happening? Dude, I might actually have to start my own game theory as to what is going on in this person's head. Like, seriously, I have no clue. Maybe MatPat needs to make a theory as to some of the people who are trying to cancel him, what could possibly be wrong with them. But anyway, with that all being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and sub if you're new. Special thanks to my channel members for helping me make the content that I want to make. Comment down pizzeria if you made it to the end of this video, and I'll go heart your comments. Be sure to follow my social medias, links all in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.